former Marine. How would you and your fellow troops in the day, how would you feel if you had to be deployed to a Los Angeles area, any big city in this country, to sort of quell unrest?
I mean, I know the Marines that are there, that are deployed, they want to do their duty, they want to do right, and they want to defend the Constitution. But I think we all recognize, every veteran I've talked to recognizes that this could end horrifically. The Marines from 2-7, who are the Marine unit that's been sent there, they're an infantry unit, which means they're trained to close with and destroy the enemy. They've been training to do this for many months, and the training that they've just had on how to deal with civilians, maybe they've gotten in the past 24 to 48 hours, if that.
All right, so you may have heard me speaking with our White House correspondent earlier. They're going to be issued some sort of a card by which you're laughing. What would that card potentially say? Because I guess there's a logistical role. When I think of that, I think, what are you going to be driving them around from place to place? What do you think this card entails?
So I believe that the card that they received indicates what's called the standing rules on the use of force, which is slightly different than the rules of engagement. It applies to how soldiers would conduct escalation of force engagement with civilians. Unfortunately, a card, it runs contrary to how they've been trained for this many months, since boot camp even. So when, things happen, they're going to react as they've been trained. And in 1992, when the Insurrection Act was invoked by George H.W. Bush, Marines actually opened fire on a house, unleashing hundreds of rounds and nearly killing everyone inside. Thankfully, nobody was actually hurt, just because the police said, cover me. Because cover me to a police officer means something entirely different than cover me to a Marine.
Are you referencing the Rodney King riots in Los Angeles? Los Angeles again. What is it specific to Los Angeles? Do you have any inclination what, not only that, I mean, I lived in LA at the time too, right? And it was pretty horrific. I remember the fires there. I remember ash coming down from the sky because of tires being burned and the like. But this administration, what is it about Los Angeles that you think gets under President Trump's skin?
I mean, I think he hates that it's a multicultural city. It's one of our great cities. And, having grown up there, like you said, it's a wonderful place where there's a lot of activism and a lot of protest and a lot of engagement by the citizenry. And it's a hugely diverse city. And I think it's something that scares him because it's a vision of America that he's entirely opposed to.
Here's something that scares you, by my understanding, reading an article that you wrote, or an op-ed rather, in Slate. You talk about quoting what Donald Trump had said back in 2020 when he was speaking with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. I believe this is in regard to some Black Lives Matter protests that were underway. He said, can't you just shoot them? Just shoot them in the leg or something? Expand on why you were fearful at that point hearing that, and what you think that portends for now.
I think what a lot of civilians don't understand is the degree to which it's very, very hard to not obey an order when you're in the military. So everyone that's serving has an obligation to disobey unlawful orders. So if President Trump orders them to shoot someone, they should say no. But there's no real mechanisms in place for them to do that, and the pressure in those moments is intense. And so I think our fear is that if Trump issues an unlawful order like that to kill an American civilian or to fire on an American civilian crowd, there's going to be nothing to stop them from that happening.
We've heard reports of journalists and others on the ground being shot with rubber bullets, if you will, although I did read about one reporter, I believe a photographer, who his leg got shredded. Talk about the rubber bullet versus a live bullet. First of all, would Marines be outfitted with rubber bullets?
So a rubber bullet can blind people, can kill people. Even though they are not metal bullets, they can be lethal. They're often referred to as less lethal. The Marines who are going to be deployed will very likely be deployed with, I would assume, normal bullets, the regular 5.56 round that M16s and other weapons they carry fire. In addition, the Associated Press has reported that they're carrying their standard weapons, which would include machine guns, which can fire up to hundreds of rounds per minute. And if with police kettling tactics where they kind of condense protesters, if Marines with machine guns were to open fire on that, you could have an enormous mass casualty incident that would surpass pretty much anything.
Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. And this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, come with another lesson through the Spirit, you know what I'm saying? And just just touching on what we're seeing taking place, developing right now in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? So many things is actually taking place right now. Like so many things happen. and it's hard to keep up with everything, honestly. But we see what's going on in California with these riots. You know what I'm saying? These protests. And what happened? I believe as of now, 4,000 National Guards had been deployed. All right, to Los Angeles, and also, I think it's anywhere between 500 to 700 Marines have been sent over to California. You see what I'm saying? And this is a recipe for disaster, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the video was, as you heard in the video earlier, it was a former Marine who was giving his take on this whole scenario. You know what I'm saying? Because the point of the matter is, this thing can spiral out of control instantly. You know what I'm saying? Very, very quickly. And it looks like this may be the means of how they bring about their civil war. All right. Ultimately, their NWO. You know what I'm saying? Because there has to be a justification for all of this. Okay, they can't just up and do this and do that. They got to get the public on board with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they had all these people come in, you know what I'm saying, across the border during the Biden administration, man. Stop looking at Biden, stop looking at Trump, stop looking at Kamala, stop looking at all these people that they show in your face. They're not in control of anything. They don't control shit. You see what I'm saying? This is all those who are up in power, who pull the strings, man. You see what I'm saying? So all of what was happening, you know what I'm saying, during the Biden administration was to lead to this time. Okay? This time. Because literally the people can see that martial law is about to be enacted. People are seeing that this place is becoming a police state. Everyone can see that. All right? Except for those of these so-called loyalists, these Trump loyalists. Okay? They can't see any of this. They can't see this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have this big rift in MAGA right now, man, because the ones that aren't dumb enough to go blindly into this thing, they're seeing this. They're seeing what Trump is doing, and they're like, "Yo, wait a minute. This is out of control." You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the loyalists are like, "Yeah, go ahead. Whatever Trump says is law. Whatever Trump says is gospel." You know what I'm saying? So they're looking at tanks rolling into their cities. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this video real quick. All right. You see that? All these tanks, heavy military equipment is now arriving in Washington, D.C. for Trump's 250th Army anniversary parade on June the 14th. You see what I'm saying? Let's go back. Okay? So we can see that this thing is moving in the direction of civil war. Right? Let's get 2 Ezra chapter 15. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 15, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and everyone shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." All right, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. So these so-called protesters and this and that, this thing's about to get, it's about to get popping. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get on and popping. All right, on and popping, man. We've had Jamie Dimon say that, don't stock up on Bitcoin. You need to stock up on bullets. You know what I'm saying? We got the border czar, I believe his name is Tom Homan, okay? And he's talking about another 911 scenario could, you know, could take place on American soil. You know, and it's like they're telegraphing their punches here. You know what I'm saying? Let me get another video I want to show y'all real quick. So the first video that I shared with you was the video from Arrows of Indignation. All right, subscribe and be constantly warned. You know what I'm saying? He brings out excellent videos. You know what I'm saying? Showing the current events. You know what I'm saying? So subscribe, man. Subscribe to that brother's channel. Here's the a video from Elder Ishayar. All right, GMS All Precepts. Okay, the name of the video is "The Major Event is Coming," and we know that this major event, okay, it has to culminate in multiple things at once. You know what I'm saying? And we can see that that's being you know, that's being put in place. All right, because while on one hand you got issues going on geopolitically, on another hand you have, you know, this riot that's going on in Los Angeles. You see what I'm saying? Simultaneously, while this is happening, they're trying to push this big, beautiful bill through the Congress, through the Senate. You know what I'm saying? The Senate, and get it passed, because that one clause in that bill is going to set everything in motion, man. All right, everything in motion. You see what I'm saying? So everyone's preoccupied with these riots that's over there in Los Angeles. Okay. All right, but what we about to see, man, all right, is chaos on a scale that's never been seen before. You know, when you look at what's planned to happen on June the 14th. All right, June the 14th, this Saturday, is going to be multiple events. It's going to be the large nationwide protest called the Day of Defiance. All right, Day of Defiance. At the same time, there's going to be held the 250th anniversary. All right, celebrating the Army. Okay, the Army has been in creation for 250 years. Okay. Then on top of that, you know, not just the fact that it's Flag Day, but to top it all off, it's Trump's birthday. You know what I'm saying? So it's Donald Trump's birthday on the same day. And this day just happens to be the day after Friday the 13th. You know what I'm saying? These jokers are they about to pull some heavy shit, man. Some heavy shit. And it's gonna get this ball rolling, man. Right? So let's listen to this video.
Angela Carter here, live from the Cedar Grove flood disaster. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Dana Brooks reporting live from Ocean View Beach. Just kidding, I'm not real. This is Charlotte Reed reporting live from Clearwater Beach, where an unidentified... Just kidding, I'm not real.
All the billionaires are preparing.
All right, so you saw that, man. You saw the video is getting the videos are getting more and more, you know, complex. All right, AI is coming to the point where you can't even tell anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell. You can't tell if the video that you're watching is real or fake. Okay. And I was thinking back to the movie The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and when Arnold Schwarzenegger was given the order to eliminate, you know what I'm saying, his own citizens, all right, or his own fellow civilians, he said no, and he defied the order. You know what I'm saying? And so they, in order to accuse him, in order to what's the word? To prosecute this man, all right, they made a fake video claiming that he was indeed the one who offed those citizens, because after he had defied the order, in the real scenario, after he defied the order, he was attacked by his fellow soldiers, and after they knocked him out, they went and they commenced to destroying all the civilians. Okay, but in the official story of what they used through their technology, they made the public think that this guy, all right, who's played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, the people would think that he was the villain, that he was the one who killed all those innocent souls, when in actual fact it was the higher branch, all right, that ordered him to do it, and he defied it, man. You know, but you think about what AI is today. You know what I'm saying? They can fake, they can do what's known as deep fakes, man. All right, and they can have us saying things on screen, on live news, saying things that we never said, doing things that we never did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, let's keep going.
For a collapse due to AI, and let me tell you exactly why you should be worried about it. Peter Thiel, who was a co-founder of PayPal and Planeteer, he bought 477 acres near Lake Wanaka in New Zealand, South Island of New Zealand. He built a luxury estate, and he fast-tracked his citizenship in New Zealand. He literally said that he's basically preparing for a collapse. You've got Sam Altman, which this one should be worrying, because he is the CEO of OpenAI, as you might know, and he's quoted in saying, "I have guns, gold, potassium iodide, antibiotics, batteries, water, gas masks, and a big piece of land I can be sure I can fly to." Now, he's rumored to have had purchased New Zealand property. Several Silicon Valley insiders claim he's preparing for an AI-related collapse and has bunker access. This is what they've heard him say. Mark Zuckerberg obviously just spent $270 million on a compound, and recent permits show that massive underground structures labelled as storage are at his premises there, and locals have described bunker-style fortifications. So he's definitely preparing there. You've got Jack Dorsey, who created Twitter. He's rumoured to have built a bunker in the Ozarks, in the remote part of Montana, in the United States. Why would you be doing this? Spending a lot of money on this as well. And he said, "The world can collapse at any moment. I don't want to be unprepared." So could just be preparing for it, but usually there's a reason. These people make logical decisions. That's why they're quite wealthy. So you got Steve Huffman, who he's the creator of Reddit. He has a bunker somewhere in the US interior. The exact site's unknown, but he's confirmed to have had LASIK eye surgery, and he said, and he's quoted in saying, he won't need glasses when society collapses. So they're preparing for something, and they're all worried about AI and what's going to happen here, and none of them are talking openly too much about it, so they must be pretty worried.
Slop. So yeah, man. You know, needless to say, these elites, all right, they know it's about to be go time, man. They know it's about to be go time. They know what's about to happen. Okay, and they're trying to dip out of Dodge now. You know what I'm saying? This is why we saw last year, okay, and earlier this year, Warren Buffett, you know what I'm saying, getting rid of all of his stocks. You know what I'm saying? Billions upon billions upon billions, hundreds of billions. You know what I'm saying? We saw Ted Cruz do the same thing last year. You know what I'm saying? Millions of stocks. Okay? These jokers are pulling out of the markets now, man. They know what's about to happen. They know there's a collapse coming, a crash coming. All right? It's going to be financial chaos. You know what I'm saying? The banks won't be open anymore. You can't get money out of the banks. It's going to be a civil war. Civil war is going to take place. You know what I'm saying? We can already see it happening. Okay? We're already seeing it happening, man. And these people, all right, these people have no clue These jokers, these Edomites out here, man, they can't wait to come and deport you. You so-called Latinos, all right, Hispanics, you know what I'm saying? And they coming against the tribes of both the northern and southern kingdoms, man, you know what I'm saying? But they can't see it. They can't see that a whole draconian empire, you know what I'm saying, is being put in place right in front of their eyes, man, like a whole dictatorship. And they're blind to it because all they can see is their disdain towards you niggas, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. That's all they can see. All right? This is why, all right, this is why it's going to happen in Trump's administration, man. This place ain't got 5 years left in it. What are you talking about? This place ain't got 5 years left. This shit is out the door, man. These jokers, you got these false prophets, Bishop Nathaniel talking about 20 to 30 years, man. All right? You got Al-Azhar talking about close to 1,000 years, quite possibly between now and 1,000 years. Like, this shit is wacky, man. This shit is wacky. You know what I'm saying? Because these people are not paying attention. All right? These jokers are not sounding the alarm, man. The scriptures say in Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10, right? It says her watchmen are blind. Let me get that real quick. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Isaiah 56 and 10. It reads, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yeah, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarters. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be so this day, shall be as this day, and much more abundant. You know what I'm saying? This is how these false prophets move. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Bishop Jephthah talking about, you know what I'm saying, talking about you know, we need to stop calling out Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? They don't go out in street corners no more. They don't, like, yo, clearly y'all done sold out. Clearly. You know, clearly y'all done took the bag, man. He's on camera with gold chains and a gold microphone and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Y'all jokers that done sold out, man. It's about to be hell out here for y'all. It's about to be hell out here for y'all, man. You see what I'm saying? It's about to be terrible out here. Because the Lord is going to visit the tents of Jacob, man, before he gets anyone else. He's coming after you Jakes out here who know the truth. Especially you who know the truth, man. Y'all gonna be first on the chopping block. All right? This is not some fairy tale, man. All right? When the prophets get out here and we preach about Jacob's trouble, that's not something that we just like to pull out our ass. No. This is literally it, man. This is literally it, man. We seeing it. We seeing it. A sword is sharpened, man, and it's furbished. And this killer is about to bring down that sword on you Jakes, man. It's about to be a terrible case. All right? A whole purge is about to happen. A whole purge. And yo, anything can happen on the 14th, man. Anything can happen. You see what I'm saying? Anything can go down this Saturday. And you had what? You had 3 so-called assassination attempts on Trump's life. Come the hell on, man. Everything is in place. All they need is that one spark, that one little tiny fire to get the wick started on this powder keg. You see what I'm saying? This shit's about to explode. It's on Trump's birthday. And imagine if there's an actual successful attempt on this dude. You see what I'm saying? And it happened on not just Flag Day, it happened on his birthday. And it happened on a day where these so-called leftists are declaring to defy this government, man. You see what I'm saying? He's putting military in your streets, essentially crowning himself the king. And you know what's the you know what the subtitle is of this so-called day of defiance? The subtitle is "No King." No king. I'm telling you what, man, if they don't bring this shit Saturday, man, if they don't start bringing this shit, bro, like we talking just one good event to get shit rolling. These jokers cannot keep pushing, all right? They can't keep kicking the can down the road, man, forever. They can't keep doing it. All right? The scriptures say that they're about to make their move. And they about to make it abruptly. They're about to make it seriously. And this could be it. This could be it, man. At the same time, while all this is happening, you got Iran who have declined all the offers, you know what I'm saying, and there couldn't be a deal struck, man. Okay? Imagine if these Amalekites attack Iran. You jokers is going out there to die for these suckers, man. You going to die for these for these Amalekites, man. You going out there for World War III, man. And Yahushua is gonna meet you. Yahushua is gonna meet you, man. You see what I'm saying? The draft is coming back. It's gonna get crazy out here, man. It's gonna get crazy out here. But that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. I don't want to rant too much. All right. But I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.